That one. Hello, my name's Matt Nahat. Looks like we've got a couple of people who aren't appearing. Let me just check that that's all good. Yep, so I'm going to have to adjust this, but my name's Matt Nahat. We are playing some Pathfinder 2 Kingmaker today, so just bear with me while I make sure everyone's vids up. We will check in with them here as we go. It's nice to see Viking Silver with us and anyone else that is joining us today. We're playing Pathfinder 2 Kingmaker, and it has been fun so far. Got lots of things going on. So while I go and fix these VODs and stuff, let's talk about what's going on. So I'll go to the two people that I do have video for. DM next. What's going on?
Hi. A lot. Trying to work on a new campaign, which you guys know about. Working on an existing campaign, trying to find a job, trying to get some side stuff going to make some money, trying to do some streaming of different games. Yeah. Keep a family functional all over the board. Today we did some Foundation, which is a city builder game, kind of like Manor Lords, but it came out quite a bit before, and it's finally out in full
This is
release.
great.
So I was
Yeah.
checking it out.
Awesome game.
It's pretty good.
It's
Pretty
Very
good.
chill.
It's cartoon Manor Lords.
Hmm?
It's cartoon
Yep.
Manor Lords.
100%.
Yeah.
I actually like it slightly better than Manor Lords.
It's not a bad thing that it is,
No,
because
I think it plays slightly better.
it's less combat and war focused than Manor Lords is by default.
Right.
It's very
It's a little
couchy.
bit more lighthearted.
Yeah,
cozy.
lighthearted, chill, cozy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I know when I first discovered it, when it was in early access, I would just like load it up, and then like 5 hours would pass, and I wouldn't even feel like it had been 20 minutes. It's what that sort of game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's very dangerous.
I
Yeah.
played it 6 years ago and 4 years ago. Like 4 to 6 years ago was when I played it.
Yeah.
So I have started it up like 2 years ago and saw, oh look, they upgraded, they made some new stuff, but didn't really look at it 2 years ago. So I have not really played it for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's very different than it was
Yeah.
6 years ago, let alone 4 years ago, let alone now.
But cool. That's awesome. Malkov, how's things with you? What's going on?
Pretty good. I finally got enough writing done for the game I'm running in Hero.
Ooh.
I've started a local in-person session 0 for it last night. We started doing character concepts and that sort of thing.
Nice, man.
So I'm really excited about that. People are curious about kind of a hint at what it is. I put three sequences. Demon X is hard to read. What I used is the prelude to the campaign before people started making characters. And I've been playing some Warhammer Total War 3 again. And it's just like Manor Lords. I loaded up, and then it's like getting a page from my wife from upstairs. It's time for bed.
Ah,
No, I just started. No, fuck. Where'd the time go?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that I have more hours in that game than almost any other game out there, except for probably WoW.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I played that from alpha through Cataclysm, pretty much nonstop. I led a raiding guild in Burning Crusade, and I put a lot of hours into WoW up through Cataclysm, and then stepped away from it and came back to it during Legion. And Battles for Azeroth sucked, so I left it again, and then came back to it to try it again with not Dragonflight, but the War Within. And it was entertaining to level up through it once, but beyond that, there's just nothing there anymore to hold my attention. It doesn't have the same. It's not the same game that it was when it came out in 2004, by any means, and for the most part, it's worse.
Yeah.
Sadly.
All right. Mixed nuts. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, work,
Work.
busy, confusion, stuff like that.
Work.
I,
Yep.
Today was tearing the rest of the wall at my mom's house apart so that I can then finish finish cleaning that mess up and then set up to re-insulate the basement wall after I restrike all of the brickwork. Because otherwise I'm going to have water in her basement again, and I don't want to have to shop vac that out ever again.
Right. Fair and reasonable.
Sounds like you should install a sump pump.
Not really possible, unfortunately. I wish it was. I really do. It'd be the simplest solution. But yeah, just lots of work. Been doing a lot of that. Gaming with you guys on Saturday, gaming here.
Yeah. Very good. And last but not least, Azrael. Hello.
It's spring break, so we're at the beach. Been an interesting week. No work, thank God. It's nice to have a break. Just been sleeping until 10, going to bed at 2, playing games, hanging out with my kids, my wife. It's been pretty relaxing. Feels nice to be able to do this.
Oh.
Having a vacation where you don't feel like you have to rush around all over the place is an amazing thing.
Yeah, this is a lazy vacation.
Don't get me wrong. I've had some trips and seen some amazing things that were lots of fun, but they always feel hurried, and that's not relaxing.
Yeah, like, so on the first day we were here, we didn't really do anything. Second day we went and we played putt-putt. We did putt-putt basically. Like they did it was the day of the week where it's like pay for one trip and like just do it as much as you want. It was like play all day for one price. So we did that. We didn't play all day. We only played like three some odd rounds, but it was good. And today we went to the park. They played on the swings, played on the playground. We just sat there and got some sun. So yeah, just a normal, lazy day.
Nice. All right. So, thanks for catching up a little bit. Good to see you all as per usual. Thank you for being here and for taking time aside from your schedules, whether it be vacationing or just real life. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the time and effort that goes into that. Let's talk about where we are in game, what we're thinking and feeling and doing, and what we're heading toward. This is the map that we have been on for the last couple of sessions, which is a hunting map. We've mostly been everywhere. There was a little section up here that we didn't go and visit, but for the most part, we saw pretty much most of this and have gotten enough trophies to win the competition, the hunt, outright. And I just wanted to make sure that we had nothing else that we wanted to do before we headed back to the
we
lodge.
were going to go check out that area that we hadn't explored and make sure that A, nobody else had gotten killed, and B, that there were no monsters left.
Well,
we had taken we'd beat the Hydra and took the sisters back so that we could back to the campsite so that we
first
could take them, get them their bodies sent and swords sent home. But then we were going to go back up and check out that spot before we ended the hunt.
Okay.
Because it was like mid-morning and we had till noon.
Yeah. Because we started early. Probably not that much time has passed. Let's call it 8 o'clock or something. and so you have 4 hours that you can go check that out if you want. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you want to, that's totally fine. Are we all good to do that then?
Mixed is good to do that. Vrar is going to mutter and grumble and complain about being exhausted under his breath the entire time.
Sure.
Not enough to give away our position, but just enough to probably be annoying as hell.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Very good. Ooh, here's me. Don't start that.
Just
No.
gonna tell Vrar, pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yeah.
I thought that was snoring.
I will hand you a vial of acid and say, drink up then.
This isn't what I like to see at all.
Well, I mean, it's just I'm trying to make him stronger if he wants to be
No,
stronger.
this, like, I see 4 littles and a big.
Well, let me describe what we see.
I'm not concerned until that description hits us.
This dry riverbed remains relatively free of overgrowth, although the map would say otherwise, but it's what I could rustle up. As it winds up into the woodlands on the river's eastern bank. Don't worry about the woodlands. Numerous bones lay strewn about the area, indicating that something carnivorous dwells nearby.
Right.
I better not be getting thylacine again. Oh wait, no, never mind. That wasn't this.
I might get you all as you come down into this dry riverbed to make me perception checks, please. Feel free to have them public for this. Okay.
Wow.
Put us over here. Most of you, except for half of you then, except for Varara and Thekard. Let's see what Lindsay sees. It's as important. Yeah. Most of you will notice a few things. So, number one, you will notice a quite large warg who is emerging from further down the riverbed, and he is openly approaching.
He's a what?
A warg.
Oh, a warg. Okay.
And for those that got above 20, you will notice that smaller wargs are starting to attempt to stealth around the group, to try and flank you while he is approaching openly. They're attempting to stealth. For those that got under 20, you do not notice the smaller ones, but your attention is fully on the bigger one. And he will speak to you. And he will say, you have entered my domain. Are you hunting only the larger monsters? Or are you hunting my kind as well?
Turn to Varar. Varar on your right.
Brar will immediately look the wrong
And
direction.
I will pointedly stare at the one on the left there that's kind of sneaking around to the left as I address the larger one. We're just hunting all the monsters that are killing people out here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have information about that woman and her bodyguards south of here?
Bard?
I think that's what he means, yes.
Her intrusion on my side of the river is unwarranted and unwelcome. We intend to end her for her inconvenience. She will make a nice meal for us.
Brar's conflicted.
Yeah, I'm. Keldar's going to be
Because-
very torn at this point.
Well, Brar's
Hmm.
conflicted because, I mean, that woman's an absolute horror of an individual. Just a horrible person. But he was okay with, run off, humiliated, even hurt or injured. Eaton's just slightly too far.
Well,
Just a little.
it seems like he's in the mood to chat, so you might be able to come up with something with him.
I mean, if he
Oh.
kills her, at least we won't have to worry about doing it ourselves.
There is that.
So I'm
Oh, I
going to
didn't
try
know
and
that
be
was a way
diplomatic.
that we were going to approach.
I mean, I say to the war, like she's definitely not our favorite person either. So maybe we can come to some type of arrangement.
I'm going to look at Keldor because if anybody in the group is going to be a issue with this arrangement, it might be him because I mean, Brar doesn't want her eaten. He doesn't necessarily want her killed, slapped around, humiliated, chased off. That sounds like a way
Oh.
better thing for us.
So she is a Pitaxian spy. She needs to die. I think even Lindsay would not mind that.
Lindsay definitely doesn't mind that. Come on.
Exactly.
Hold on. There's just one thing that I got to ask you then, Lucas.
Eh.
Are you acting in your official capacity as a representative of Thanos saying that?
I mean,
Because if so, what due process did she get? Because I know that city has, you get to go in front of a magistrate and you get to go pull your case in front of Tarnal if they want to,
yeah.
and everybody else for that. You can't just summarily just do that
So
kind
yeah,
of shit. That's
I'm
the kind
not,
of shit that gets you executed as a bad
sure.
leader.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like,
Don't do that.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything about FNAF.
I'm going to look to the warg and say, have any of your kind burst into plant monsters or other types of monsters?
We have seen such things. He says, but our pack has simply succumbed to the resulting monsters, not turned into them.
Do you know what's creating 'em? creating 'em? 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 '
He says, I saw one of those elk across the river explode into a blast of plants, then watched as a giant, multi-headed snake crawled out of the mess and slithered into the woods nearby.
I'm gonna hold up a plant frond and a hydra head. You mean these two things?
He says,
Pardon me, young man. Excuse the shit out of my God.
Sorry.
you good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He says, yes, you have done well to eradicate them.
Gonna pointedly look at him and say, "Did you call your pack mates back to not circling us? We're talking. We don't want to fight you. You don't want to fight us, right?"
Makes a series of movements. He says, and what is your deal before I do that? I do not know if you will simply try to eradicate us as you have those.
I'm gonna put the pick on my back and I'm gonna sit down on the ground right here, right in front of him, right there.
I'm gonna put my bow on my back and just also kneel.
All right, he will look backward and forward from his pack, make a series of growls, and they will start to pull back.
Thank you.
So you claim the area on this side of the river.
Yes, I do. We do.
Well, the Embeth travelers claim the other side.
What happens
You-
there is none of my concern unless more of those creatures explode out. I do not know what is causing these events to occur, but I worry that my pack will need to relocate if these monsters grow even more territorial.
Have you heard of Lamashtu?
It's a good question. One moment, please. I will do this. That name I have heard, but I do not know what or who it refers to. Why do you speak this name?
We suspect that name is tied to the explosion monsters.
Then whoever that is deserves to be devoured.
We are in agreement on that. I made a hunting check there just a second ago, Matt, with the intention of try to figure out with the size of the pack that I see, how big of a territory do they really truly need? But that's a terrible roll.
That is a terrible roll. Probably at most, like it being very generous would be a hex. That would be very generous.
Okay. Just curious. I mean, I just Brar wanted to know because if they're trying to claim 100 times the space that they need, come on now.
No. So I'll show you on the other map here just briefly. So we are still in this one hex. So the hunting ground is here. So we move to the hunting grounds. So the hunting grounds include everything that we've had, and their area is So, and it's not really depicted here very well. The river sort of comes up that way. So this isn't a very good depiction of what their map shows. I don't know why they're so different from one another.
Scale reference changes
Well, look
to
at
things
this.
as they
Like this
went on
goes
there.
up into the hex, whereas the on the other map,
Yeah.
this river continues this way. So that's quite different from one another.
Yeah, but based on scale, this would be just one of those small little
Little
bumps.
bump, yeah. So this probably continues more. So yeah, there. Let's go back to the other one and let's show you based on that. Then it would be they're probably here. You know, one of these little bumps. You know,
Yeah.
down side, yeah, down here somewhere.
Right there, there's a bend in the river that would kind of make sense for what we're seeing on that map.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's that island in the river as well, too. There, if you zoom in on it, you can see that's probably right where we're at because the island is where the hunt. So
Right.
where we
So
dropped
so it
off
looks
at.
like they've claimed, based on what we're seeing, something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, for a wolf pack, that's actually, or a wolf or warg pack, that's probably actually fairly small.
And
in my
maybe
opinion.
they're going to be extending in like down here, but
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm just look.
Well, we'll take that
Good.
information back to the Embeth travelers and see if a accord can be reached.
okay. 1 second. It was very bright in here, and then all of a and I didn't think I needed the light. Give me a second. Lovely day outside, but I just had some cloud cover come over, and it suddenly got very dark. I usually have my light on, but it just didn't need it. All right, so yeah, so they're happy for you to go back and talk with the Embeth travelers. They say, be cautious what you tell them about us. Some of their kind, your kind, do not favor ours. Many have tried to hunt us. Many have paid the consequence.
I'm fairly of the opinion that if they're hunting intelligent creatures as yourself, then you have every right to defend yourself in any way you see fit. I have no issues there. I mean, you don't hunt intelligent creatures. I don't think you should do that either, but I doubt you'd agree with me.
You are correct. I do not. But
Well,
if
as
you
long as you don't.
insist, we will spare those fools that cross the river as long as they leave. We
I
will
don't really
give
care
them
about them,
a
but
fright.
as long as the Embeth travelers stay on the other side of the river, will you agree to leave them alone?
We will. But if they cross the river, that is another thing entirely.
Cross the river at your own risk is what we tell them then.
Very well.
Sounds to me like that's what they want. Hey, and just because I don't think it's right doesn't mean I'm going to tell other people what to do.
May we
That's
attack
not
her
wrong.
camp at least to drive them off?
I don't care what you do to them.
Look, she's a bitch and apparently a spy, and we're nowhere where those laws apply right now. So And by the way, we haven't agreed on any kind of accord yet. We still have to go get a proof of that. Thank you for being civil with us. We'll go talk to them about that. What happens in the meantime?
Then
Oh well.
surely, if an unfortunate accident occurred,
It would be most fortuitous.
I'm gonna smile and go, shit happens. And walk and smile and walk and say, I think we're done here. We done here? We good? Do you need anything more from us? I'm gonna look back to the ward.
We have no need of such pittance, but we appreciate the offer. Now, if you don't mind, get off my land before I change my mind.
Exactly what I expected.
It's just like the teeth are looking very juicy right now. They're just dripping saliva.
See, the thing here is that the warg talked to us. That's great. I'll negotiate. But if he thinks that we are scared of him and his pack, the answer is
No,
not in the slightest.
no. We have by now proved that we can hold our own.
So, yeah.
And
All
with that,
right.
I guess we'll return.
Well, with that, you will head off back to where are we going? And do you want to go back to the
start,
barge?
we'll go back to the staging area, and check in with whoever's there. Pick up the sisters so that we can take them back.
Okay.
And then go back to the lodge fully since we're done for the hunt for what we're doing for the day and show up with our tokens of what we've won. Sound
Okay.
good? Diamond X? Awesome.
All right. So it takes a little while to pack up camp to prepare these dead women for travel. To get all of your things packed away, and by the time that happens, you see something moving in the river, coming down river towards you. There seems to be shredded clothes and armor coming down the river of two male humans.
Just the clothes, though?
Basically, there might be an arm.
Okay, so the bloody remnants of the two bodyguards, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Floating down the river. Oh well.
Then, when we see that, it'll be like, oh yeah, don't go across the river. Wargs in that part of the
Oh yeah, don't go across the river.
Yeah, the wargs have claimed that, and they consider you fair game if you go over there. They say they'll leave you alone if you stay off this side, though.
They go a wider shade of pale. They see this going past. And just
figured it
nod.
was-
Just nod. Oh, okay, okay.
And Brar's been complaining about being tired the entire time that goes on this. As soon as he has to pick up one of the two Eldori sisters' corpses to carry off to do this, all complaining stops.
Okay.
Complaining about being tired when I'm doing something for myself is one thing. It's disrespectful to a dead person that I'm carrying back to be buried. He's not. He might be a whiny bitch sometimes. He's not like that.
All right. Very good. Well, with us having negotiated with the wargs, that is all of the areas catered for and sorted out. And so you guys can hop on board the barge and head back to the Hunter's Lodge. Is there anything final before we transition there, please?
Can't think of anything.
Cool.
All good. Transition away.
Fantastic. Now remember that this particular map is on two sides. So for fun. And we go here at noon. So I'm just going to read this. At noon, the day after the hunt begins, the event has drawn to a close. The surviving hunters return to Jamel's barge on the river island at the southern edge of the hunting grounds to compare stories and trophies. If any hunters fail to return, Jamel recruits the PCs to help him look for them. It's only the girls that you've already brought back, the women that you've already brought back. In order to win the hunt, the PCs must have accumulated 3 hunt points, which you have. Jamel invites the hunters to return to the Traveler's Lodge for another feast, celebrating the hunters' accomplishments and also mourning the losses of the 2 Aldori sisters. And he presents a reward to the winning team. And that is... Let's just see if they have depicted it anywhere here before I go on, please. Whoops. Sometimes they do. Not there. I don't think it's here. Alright, so I'll just go and grab it. I'll be putting these things into the stash, and then you guys can orient them from there. So here's the stash. So we're doing a returning weapon runestone. So that is in there now. That's a returning rune. Has been popped in. And did that actually?
It's in the equipment.
Okay. Returning weapon runestone and a wand. Wand and spell generator. Don't know how that works. Execute macro. Wand. Spell rank. Oops. This is here. Guessing. We'll just see if this is actually here. Yeah. Okay. Guessing that's heal. Oh, I wish they wouldn't do this.
What's up?
Oh, well, they've written a wand of cure moderate wounds. No such spell exists. I'm guessing it's heal
So
upgraded.
it's basically the potion, probably.
Potion?
Elixir. Healing potion or elixir is probably the equivalent of that.
But it's a spell. How do we...
Spell is soothe. The spell is heal. They've got a
Yeah.
wand there with D&D terminology in it still, from probably before that they
Let me
didn't
look.
adjust or edit appropriately. Because there is no cure moderate wounds in Pathfinder, is there?
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do with
Just
that.
hang on. What level you said?
I have no idea. It says
Didn't say
moderate.
level.
It says cure moderate wounds. A wand of cure moderate wounds.
Well, that would have been the 3rd level spell.
So like a 3rd level heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would say that you would work it as.
Yeah, heal level 3 would make sense.
The hell. Done. Okay. Heal. Just gonna change that to heal.
Just heighten it.
Yeah, it's rank 3, yeah. So that didn't work. We will put this here. Unusual object, wand of heal. Okay, 1 second. So let's identify this. Wand of heal, rank 3. Cool. Great. Wand of heal, rank 3. Turning weapon, runestone. And 80 gold between you. So 40 gold each. 20 gold each, please. 20 gold each.
You want us to add that ourselves?
Yes, please. So the 2 items are in the stash. I'll get you to add the gold.
More than doubled my gold.
So the returning weapon runestone, that can be added to any weapon? Or does it
Throne.
has to be a thrown weapon?
Well, it won't be much good if it's not on the thrown weapon.
Thrown weapon.
Well, I mean, I already have a returning boomerang, so I'm a +1 boomerang. I'm assuming that's just a returning runestone that's on that boomerang.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yep, just has
I
to be a
have
thrown
really,
weapon.
I have really no need for that right now, unless I'm going to add
It's
a
worth
bunch of other
55
things.
gold, so you can always sell it. All
Can
right.
you use strength for throwing like hammers?
Well, I know the
So
boomerang. Yeah.
the
Would actually
thrown,
be better than the composite bow for me, probably.
yeah. The thrown
It wouldn't hurt
property
for you to have a thrown weapon.
says you can throw this weapon as a ranged attack. It is a ranged weapon when thrown. You add your strength modifier to damage as you would for a melee weapon. When this trait appears on a melee weapon, it also includes the range increment. Ranged weapons with this trait use the range increment in the weapon's range and entry. So, ranged attacks use dexterity, but it can potentially have the brutal property. The brutal property makes it a strength
Strength
attack
to hit with.
instead of a dexterity to hit when using.
Is
Well,
is
that-
brutal a rune, or is that a property that certain weapons have built in?
It's a property.
Okay.
It is a legacy property, but it is, yeah. Should still be there somewhere. Hopefully. Hopefully.
What brutal thrown weapons exist? That's
Not even
the
showing
question.
up right now.
Yeah, no, the reason I say that is because, man, this character should be able to do a fair amount of damage throwing just as well as he does anything else. But just simply I'm gonna do more if I hit more often, and I hit more often if I'm using strength.
Yeah. All right. So, PF, so ranged. Okay. We'll confirm later on, but I believe that is how it works. Cool. So let's do that. So we've had that. We did this. We finished the hunt. Presents the promised rewards. The barge makes its way back to the lodge just at sunset, with most of the hunters ravenous for a meal and eager for a good night's rest in comfortable beds. So it is sunset, making it about 8 p.m. Say 8 p.m. Let's make it 8 p.m. Once the PCs return to the lodge, you are offered a meal by Jamel Vasseur and his rangers. Can we not have that? Lodge staff prepares side dishes, sets the table, makes up the attendees' rooms as before, and Tamal makes sure that the guests' needs are satisfied. Tamal is again the stable hand.
And Brar will thank him, eat the meal, and obviously there's normally going to be like some kind of a party or thing like this, and Brar would normally be all for that, except for you catch him literally falling asleep into his plate of food.
Alright, so you can be where you are. So Varara is currently falling asleep. Shall we make you unconscious? Shall we make you a fortitude save to stay
Oh
awake?
no! I mean, it's not one of those things quite yet. But if this goes on for long, you will literally find him curled up asleep in the corner, holding his pick in such a way that nobody's going to probably disturb him or wake him up until he's had a chance to sleep for 20 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Keldor's one of the few that might, and he knows well enough to do it with his maul from full extension. Hey, wake up.
These people are not there. The guards are not there.
Throw rocks at you.
She is not there.
He might not notice that.
They're
Well,
big enough, you will.
yeah, it depends on the rock. Yeah, if it's a baseball, that's a bad deal.
So Jamal is going to be coming in and out. The Embeth travelers that you guys helped out and who helped you will be coming in and out, like shouting you food and drinks and stuff for the course of this meal. If any of you want to do anything, you may.
I'll let Jamal know about the orcs and that
Yeah.
they are willing to leave people alone if they stay on their side of the river and don't go into the orcs' territory.
Mm-hmm.
But that they are also fighting against the Lamashtu's ploys in their own way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they seem disconcerted, but they will definitely agree not to go over there. They have no reason to.
Well, what's the difference? Is a warg a natural monster and these other monsters are unnatural monsters? I mean, I mean, the warg talked to us and didn't want to fight us right off the bat. That was, as far as I was concerned, good enough to not try to fight them. We didn't get so much out of the plant, the hydra, the crocodile eater curse thing.
And
We didn't get any of that from them.
like the
so.
wyvern talked to us.
Yeah, but did you believe a word the wyvern said?
No.
I mean, I got dropped from 90 feet up. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Fuck that thing. That thing was a menace and it needed to
It
decide.
also fell on
Needed
top
to
of
die.
you.
Mm.
Somebody get me a drink.
My legs work.
Fine. I get up and go get it myself.
Alright, so you are on your way to the bar when you hear so when you hear a sudden howl and a scream coming from the kitchen.
A howl?
Yeah.
Like a wolf
I'm gonna go
howl?
running. I'll go running over there.
Alright. So yeah, you leap over the bar. So you see you see
Oh, it won't let me move.
I won't let you. That's fine.
Oh, if I do it one at a one at a time, it's fine.
Alright,
Just
so
if you try and move multiple squares, it won't do it.
you see Tamal over here, doubled over in pain, clutching at his stomach. He tears his shirt open to reveal protrusions moving under his skin. His ribs separate unevenly, as if something is forcing them apart from the inside. With a
Lunch.
wild-eyed look of pain. Hang on. This is scripted. With a wild-eyed look of pain, Tamal suddenly screams before exploding into a mass of coiling plants, vines, and vibrant wildflowers. From the midst of this sudden burst of verdant material crawls a hissing, eight-legged creature. Alright, now you can react.
I was gonna say, as the thing starts to explode, I want to push the other one behind me, so they don't get mauled instantly.
Absolutely, absolutely. He can be in the corner. He's doubled over. He's just like, oh my god, lava cat, save me. Okay. All right.
Gerard, the only way through is the door that Keldor's standing at.
I couldn't even get into
There is a door here that is probably open, actually.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
No. It's all good. It happens to me all the time. Freshly. Okay, so Tamal is going to be replaced. He's going to get deleted. And we have in its place a freshly bloomed basilisk. Yeah! Woo!
Stone blood's gonna get turned to stone.
Let's hope not.
So we do need the Embeth Travelers as well. They need to be in here, so...
My next character will be a wizard.
Witch. Play a witch.
Let me just quickly go over and pick those guys up. They were...
Wait, I'll make an alchemist bomber.
in the spider cave, I think.
Look at the look on Diamond X's face. What?
Alright, so we're gonna take away that buff. Sorry guys, I'll give me a
You're all
minute
good.
here.
You're fine, Matt. You're fine. Take what time you need.
Yeah. So, these guys are gonna be spread around the room. Over here, and maybe maybe over here. So we are going to go over here, start an encounter, turn off music. If it started by itself, did it start? No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did not. It wasn't even on for
Good,
me.
good. So could you please roll initiative for me? I'm just gonna need to visit the loo real quick. I won't be long, and then we will get started. Thank you.
Brar still doesn't get to go to sleep.
Well, no sleep for you 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, he's going to scream and yell about exactly how angry about that is. Otherwise known as rage. I was told to roll initiative. That thing is ugly as shit.
I wouldn't know.
You know, so far, everything of this has had to do with plants in some way or another. And Brar is trying real hard to not have a side eye at Lucas about that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not that he doesn't trust Lucas. It's not that he didn't already, hide being a werewolf and almost get us killed that way. There's been no issue since then. You haven't tried to hide that you were a plant critter, so I don't think that you would have done that if you actually were responsible for this.
Matt, are the other NPCs in the inn
He's
going
in-
to join in or not?
He said the Embeth travelers were, but I don't think anything else. He went to the bathroom, so
Okay.
he'll be back.
I got the empath travels. I didn't know about the other ones. So
Yeah, I don't know if he said those or not.
And so after I get turned to stone, I'll start rolling up a caster. Because we don't have access to things that cure petrification.
Yeah, we do. We just have to take your. It means Brar's gonna have to carry your statue ass from here to that temple that they were restoring, and they could probably fix you.
Well then,
Wow.
lots of stuff.
Of course, the basilisk is going first.
Hey,
I'm shocked.
come on now.
welcome to Foundry.
I mean, Deckard, I'm not expecting you to be very helpful because you can't roll a 10.
I was actually pretty okay with getting a 24 as Roar. I mean, that's not bad for him at all. 37 on the goddamn basilisk. I will be right back for just a second.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. We also have Mel. There's the music. Yeah, go away.
Jamel must go second. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Okay, freshly bloomed basilisk. Woo!
Screw you, freshly bloomed basilisk.
Oh.
But at least Caldor is going to take the hit. Not any of the rest of us.
There's a cockatrice where at least they have to touch you. No, it's got to be basilisk. They just have to look at you.
Right.
Mhm.
So
They literally look at you and you turn to stone.
Well, it's got one person to look at right now, so it's going to
That guy's
look at
good.
you. There you
Yes.
go. There's the little contextual thing for you to click.
Nope.
25 failed. That's bad.
You become slowed one.
Blood is slowing down.
My skin's probably starting to turn to stone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yay.
And what is the thing of this? Alright. Can I say?
Even oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, it's alright. Go ahead.
Even a Medusa is better than this. You can at least close your eyes at the Medusa.
Mhm.
This thing can still look at you with your eyes closed, and you will turn to stone.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. You get to pick him up and haul him out here so that the rest of us can actually shoot it.
Yeah. It's going to be awkward because of the situation. But everyone, including the Embeth Travelers and Jamal, are all jumping in to help here. So that's something.
I mean, this is their inn, so I assume that they would be trying to help.
Turks immediately. Okay, so yeah, I guess it's gonna move up.
Did gazing take 2 actions?
Yeah. Yeah, it did. All right. So an Embeth Traveler gets to go. I need to. Where is? When I go onto its token, I should only have its vision. That's not what's happening for some reason. I get that on yours. That's really odd. And I have to extrapolate it. Maybe if I say it has vision. Oh, it says basic vision enabled. Let's do that. Let's update it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, Embeth Traveler. I'll also vision enable on this one. Just because while it's not enabled, I can't actually see what they can see properly. Update this here. Apologies. Alright, that should be everyone now. We'll move 1, 2. What's his movement? 20. 1, 2. Yeah, he has to move around chairs and stuff. Get to there. He will move. Actually, he's got a bow, right? All right. He'll prepare an action if it emerges from here to shoot at it. Kaldor?
Okay. I'm gonna try and slam down on this thing.
Yep. You hit. Being damage.
And athletics to trip.
Oh. And that
Damn.
is
Very
against
nice hit.
reflex. PF.
Let's see. The reflex DC.
Reflex DC. Perfect.
If it's a critical success, they also take 1d6 bludgeoning.
Alright, do a d6 bludgeoning, please.
Oh,
Nice.
And then with my third action, I'll do the advantageous assault.
Oh!
Very, very nice.
That was a nice time to roll that.
Then I'll yell out, "Don't eat or drink anything." And I'll yell it very loud.
Hang on, could you have made that attack? That last
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, it's my third action.
You don't have a third action, you're slowed.
you're slowed one.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
We're going to
That
take
stinks.
that one back. Sorry.
Damn it.
No worries. It's fine.
That sucks.
It does. But
That it strips a crit like that is more than anything
I'm
else.
sorry,
Since
I
you
should've-
rolled
It is
it.
prone.
Yeah, no.
It is prone at least.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's because it stripped the crit that it seems like it's.
Can I still yell out to not eat or drink anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Because we know that's how this got spread and fed off.
yeah.
People have, I'm sure, already been eating and drinking.
Like Brar.
Vrar's going to spend an action to purge. I'm just. Wait,
no, it's called retching.
No.
It is an
no.
action.
This is a special kobold action called Purge. It comes out of both ends.
Oh man,
It was a visual I didn't need.
that is definitely a foe that. none of
Hey,
us can do.
if I had taken and gone full on into the kobold ancestry, the way that it works for that, there's grovel, there's
There's
a
all kinds
whole
of weird
bunch
shit.
of different stuff that you can do that I could do and force other people to like, oh, I got to make a saving throw, or I just can't do anything to him this round because he's so pathetic.
Make it
Rar,
cobalt.
it's your turn.
I had just walked up to and stepped up onto the bar to get a drink.
Yep.
Alas.
I just get screamed at nothing. Have I eaten or drank anything here yet?
You probably have, but half of it's still on your chin.
All right. Oh, God damn it.
Because you were nursing.
Oh, yeah. It will not let me move off the bar to down into the space
Okay.
behind it.
Where do you want to go?
I want to move all the way through the door and in there. I've got a speed of 35 right now, so. Oh God, what is that? Smack, smack.
Do you just want to stop there? You've got 35.
Well,
You've moved You've moved 20 because the trip over is difficult.
And it's prone right now.
No.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
move.
It is
move
prone.
me to. Yeah, he knocked it down. He just
Okay,
didn't get the
all right,
second
yeah,
crit.
okay, that's cool.
I'm gonna move to a flanking position. Since it's prone, I can move to where I can flank, and then I will strike.
Almost.
To move, that's a single strike. That's a map strike, and hopefully roll better.
There you go.
You
You
to
hit
the off
because he's
guard.
off guard.
There you go.
Get
That's
some of
from
that.
screaming bloody murder about wanting to go to bed like a toddler the whole way into the room, getting his pick out.
And
By the way,
20 prepares an action. Lindsay.
I'm sure Diamond X has no idea what I'm talking about.
Lindsay will move to here. And she will cast. She would cast Inspire Courage. Lucas.
Yes, sir. Okay. My movement is 25. I would like to go here. I don't think I can move that. It's technically 5 squares, but it's going through people and over tables. I don't know if that's going to work. Plus I would get volley. That wouldn't help really.
I mean, there's not much you can do in these enclosed spaces.
There really isn't. So technically,
You're gonna get volley no matter what.
Well, I'm gonna actually I know what I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna put my longbow away and swap weapons to my rapier.
Okay.
Um,
So 2 actions.
yeah. Let's see. Can I am I able to toss a healing potion to Keldor?
You don't have one in your hands right now.
Okay. So I have like if I take one out, that's an action.
Yes.
Throwing is another action.
Yes.
And I would have to be able to catch it, which I cannot do because I am holding a two-handed weapon.
Fair.
And drinking a potion while in melee provokes.
That's true.
So again, not ideal.
Not ideal.
Yeah,
Hasn't
okay.
occurred to me yet.
It's only made him fail the saving throw, and I'm really hoping that this thing is going to just stand up from the ground so that me and Keldor both get the chance to go quap for it doing so.
I will devise a stratagem. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll help it be off guard. Probably not though.
I mean, from where you're standing, you can't strike
I
it with
can't
your.
really attack, but don't I have a?
You can do the skill thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Recall knowledge or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna recall knowledge. I'm gonna roll nature.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'll just roll nature. Okay. I just want to get a sense of like what it's weak to and everything.
28's pretty good. Sure. Its worst save is reflex. It has petrifying attacks. Pretty slow. Has dark vision. Not much to it, really.
Okay. That's it.
Jamal Visser.
Not much, with the exception of it turns people to stone by looking at them.
Yeah, petrification attacks is awful. That's
Not much.
oh, I mean, it
Ready in action. Deckard.
the way petrification works in this game, in my opinion, is not as bad immediately as it was in say 3.5 D&D.
Petrification, you're basically dead.
But
You
once
are-
it's no, I mean the process to get you there is not quite as bad. It's usually much more immediate, but once it's there, it's way more final.
Okay. Oop.
Nice.
Maybe this is your night, Thacker.
Nah, I missed that one.
But it's the third one, so
I will do a what do you call it? Identify creature.
Uh-huh.
It's not the name of it. My brain's not giving me the right
Recall
name.
knowledge.
That.
he just
You're probably going to recall something.
Whoa.
So pick anything that you didn't hear from Lucas, I guess, that you would like to know. I literally have basically nothing to tell you, but pick something that you would
No,
like
it's
to
fine.
know.
It's just yeah. It would be just the details of how the petrification works, anything it's weak or strong to, and just verifying with what he said.
If you're
I
slowed,
don't really have a good third action.
if you're slowed and you get petrified, you're petrified. And then you're petrified permanently until you can somehow get out of it.
Okay.
With a
any
critical
way to get out of it?
success, you know that if you prepare a coating of fresh basilisk blood that has been taken from a dead body no longer than 1 hour, and you apply that to a creature who has been petrified within an hour of the basilisk dying, you can restore it to flesh.
Good to know. That's the kind of thing that I really appreciate knowing. Thank you.
That seems like a
Yeah.
relevant detail.
That's a very relevant detail, but an obscure one that most people aren't going to know about.
Does
Most
it
people just
stand
gonna-
up?
It's going to make a
But I mean that
petrifying gaze.
From prone, or is it going to stand first?
No, it's not going to stand.
Okay.
At Vrar. So here's the save. Oh,
Nice. Does critical success make him immune or anything?
Yeah, that's a good question. Or does it have any extra effect?
no. It's
Okay,
no better
Just
in this case.
I did not being slowed and being in danger of being petrified is good enough for me right now.
It will then try to bite you.
Of course it crits.
For 30.
Woohoo! Damn it.
Of course. Why would it not crit? Ugh.
Right. Oops. It's not what I wanted to do with that one. Emberth Traveler. Like, there's not really enough space.
Basilisk picked a very good spawn location.
And if any of them are the ones that were with us for the cruise hunt, they know we can handle our own.
Yeah, that will. So he'll prepare an action to shoot it, and he'll call out and say, "Bring it out here! Let's jam it in the doorway and shoot the shit out of it."
It's not a bad idea.
Kaldor, before you act, please. As you start your turn, the basilisk will have you attempt this one.
Hero point that.
Sure.
There you go. Which means that you're not going to get petrified, so you may now take your turn.
Okay. Well, let's do intimidating strike.
Hit. And that's 2 actions again.
Yes, that's 2 actions.
Alright, and we do a fear thing.
Yeah, so now it's intimidated 1 or frightened 1.
It just applies it.
If it hits, it says.
Yep.
Knockoff, add a hero point
Okay.
in case you need to use it next time.
But I'm still slowed, so that uses both actions.
Other MS
Yeah.
traveler.
I want to stack up as many penalties on it as I can.
No, it's fantastic. It's a way to do it. Bruh?
Well, Vrar is too busy screaming about it's nap time, god damn it. Why am I still awake? He's going to continue to just pound on this to hear any of the bring it out there. He's way too far gone for that.
Okay.
Still targeted. Heavy sigh.
Thanks to the off guard or frightened. Yep.
Off guard and frightened, yeah. And do I? Do I? Absolutely not. I do not.
I should penalize you for that, but I'm not gonna.
Vrar's in full rage mode. He's not going to think about doing anything else but smack, smack, smack if he can help it.
Get behind
Or
here.
move to the next thing to strike.
Get ready. Lindsay is going to inspire courage. And she's going to cast haste. 30 feet. So, what this will do is not give you the quickened condition, but it will cancel slowed.
Okay. Perfect.
Totally okay with that, huh?
Yeah.
Out of immediate danger.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean,
make
it means
sure.
if it gazes at me again, I won't immediately be petrified.
Yep. Out of immediate danger. That's why I was glad that it was saved, because that meant I stayed out of immediate danger.
But that's her last spell slot of that level for now.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the end of the day, so.
We've been through a bit today already.
Just a little. Yep.
And Lucas, please.
Yep. So I'm gonna try to get the attention of the basilisk. Let's do an intimidation check.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Hey, fucker!
You don't succeed.
Balls. Okay. I tried. Let's do a. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to move up. Can you put me beside Caldor, please?
Beside Keldor? Sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Strategize.
Nice.
And Brar is gonna. Well, Brar's already flanking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so Caldor, you get that.
It won't matter. We're both
I
flanking.
know. But
Yeah.
you should still do something.
Either one of us, since
Should
it's
make it off guard to Theckard.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, do that then.
All right, so
Off
I've
guard
got to
Theckard's
Thickard.
fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm going to poke it,
Nice.
Ooh.
Might kill it.
and I'm going to crit.
crit on a stab with your fucking
Stab,
strategy.
stab. Oh. And I'm going to map.
No, you're not. You're
I'm
taking
not,
3
because
actions.
I'm out. Yeah, okay. I did the intimidate, I did the move, and then I did the
Yep.
poke.
And then the stab. Done.
Yep.
Still
That's yeah.
a good round.
Yep.
Get it out here. We'll finish
Fine.
it off, Thickard. Now. Yeah, that's fine. You were here when you started your turn, right, Lucas?
1 square further back.
All right, that's fine.
I was standing on the bar.
Thickard, when you start your turn, could I have you do me one of these?
Thing's got some kind of a goddamn aura.
Apparently,
Actually,
doesn't
where?
have to care about that.
No, it just needs line of sight.
Yep, you're good. Excellent.
The
Now you
game.
can have your turn.
Yeah.
So 3 actions, Thickard.
Yeah, I was gonna do something, but I'm realizing it's gonna mess with all my teammates. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to not mess with them, because most of my stuff is area of effect.
Yeah.
Dude, just throw the fire. It's cool.
Kill it off, please.
We are more interested in you doing damage to it
Yeah.
and less caring about
Very,
whether
very
it does
much. Yes. I
damage
am
to
fine
us.
with. Yeah.
You
just throw the
always
fire.
hand us healing potions afterwards to cover it. We don't stress on that
Okay.
so
Kill it.
much.
Just kill it, please. Kill it. Kill it.
And this is definitely one of those things where if it's the choice is to kill it with fire, kill it with fucking fire.
0 point. Oh no, don't. Yeah, good. You hit it. You don't
He
need
hit
the
it.
0
He's
point.
good.
It's fine. I'm sorry. Can you hero point that?
No.
No.
Damn.
We all take that splash.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh. And that's a little better.
Take that splash.
Yeah. It ain't gonna last long.
Dude. Almost. All right. Well,
When does it take its persistent damage? At the end of its turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it'll just be splash damage on that
Okay.
last one.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I gotta take that splash.
Okay. So it's its turn.
I tried.
You sure did. All right, Lucas, I'll get you please to make me one of these. Okay, you are slowed.
How many times can you do that?
As many times as he wants. He's got eyeballs.
Yep. Every turn.
He just has to look at you. That's
Yep.
what basilisks do. They just look at you.
Just look at you.
It's like cockatrices.
Um,
They just touch you and you turn to stone.
Yeah.
And then it's going to try to bite. One of the two big heavy hitters. It probably doesn't matter because it's going to be dead next turn. And it doesn't hit anyway. Alright, Keldor. At the start of your turn, before you act,
Well,
I
does
need
it die from
you.
It is near death. It is
Oh, hang
not
on.
dead yet.
Hang on. Let me do this. Roll recovery. Alright. Now, when you start your turn, I need you to make me one of these, Keldor. Ooh.
Oh,
Lucky you have that extra.
Yay! Hero point.
Yeah, hero point that.
Otherwise, you're going to be a statue.
Statue.
Well, at least we know how to fix it.
Alright, well, you're still slowed, but it's not as bad as it could be.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit the thing.
Yeah.
Slam down.
It's already knocked down.
it has never tried to get up. If it had
Mm.
tried to get up, we would have gotten extra reactive strikes
No,
on
that's
it
true.
each.
Yeah, it's just been like, I think that's gonna kill it. Let's
Squash
find
it.
out. Bloop. Yeah. Okay. Anything happen as it dies?
Please no.
Everybody in point blank range turns to stone.
No. This isn't Diablo 4, okay?
Do we need to rub any blood on me or Caldor?
No. You're not petrified, so you just.
Alright.
I will tell Lucas he needs to bathe in the blood to avoid turning to stone. That'd just be
Nice.
amusing.
Nice.
I just glare at him.
With all of that said and done, says once the basilisk is defeated, the hunters, lodge staff, and PCs, or likely PCs, are shocked and concerned about what could have caused this unexpected event. Jamel Visser puts on hold his plans to build the lodge into a way station, making clear his intent to use the Embeth travelers to investigate the cause of Tamal's unnatural demise and the demise of all of these creatures and such. And he strongly suggests the PCs to do the same. Remainder, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you have been.
All right, so
Brar,
over to you
good.
guys.
Brar is going to basically decide that after his rage has run its course after this, that the food here's not safe. He can't eat. He can't drink. There might be somebody else that turns into a monster. He wants to go to bed. And he turns and looks and goes, I think we still need to keep a watch. Please don't make me go first.
I'm gonna lay on hands on Bra. And then myself.
I'll take first watch.
And yeah. After seeing this many different creatures, both monster wise and otherwise, that I don't think even a moderately seasoned group would have survived without numbers. We need to find what is causing or creating these creatures and kill it.
I need for those that are weary with the homebrew condition, which is Thecard and Vra, to roll me a d3 each, please. 1d3. So just /r space 1d3.
Matt.
I want
Yes.
to take 20 minutes to refocus after everything settles down.
Matt, can I make an occultism check to see like if I can glean how like what is causing this, what caused the basilisk to, and if that's going to help like, I guess maybe figure out like where we need to like look to next.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would like to. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste. I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Now,
why not?
don't waste a hero
Oh,
point.
okay.
So yeah, you don't recall anything
Sure.
in
It
addition
was
to
fine.
what you've already learned, but know that you are at the place where you can find out. So over the next little while, we will be doing that. It's just you would potentially make it quicker with
Yeah.
that, but at this stage, you are all pretty tired.
Yeah.
So what these D3s mean? Steckard. You are going to need 2 full days of bed rest. Ra, you are going to need 3 full days of bed rest before this wounded condition and the weary condition is fully taken from you.
Well, I guess we'll spend the next 3 days here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rar crawled into bed. He ain't basically crawling back out other than to, use the chamber pot, grab something light to drink or a light meal and back into bed.
Yeah, so it's full bed rest, which means that there's no downtime for you, but for everyone else. So, Thekard, you get 1 day of downtime in this 3 days. Everyone else, except for Vara, gets 3 days of downtime, and Vara gets 0.
0. He gets the best downtime ever.
Yep.
I'll spend my 3 days helping with the lodge and whatnot.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my 3 days trying to get, I guess, like some like I don't know, like gleaning some knowledge from Jamel on like nature and hunting and like just in general like nature things.
Mm-hmm. All right. So spend some time with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it can be anything. It can be like stealth. It could be acrobatics. I don't know. He seems to like to do performance-related things, so it could be something like that too. He likes to boast.
Okay.
He's not. Sorry, really quick. He's not one of the what is it? Green something. Green blade.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, they're hardly ever going to come up.
Okay, no worries. It's fine. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, so a lot of things. So this would be entirely on me. So there are any outside of Kingmaker things, anything in Galarian is basically never going to come up. So it would be entirely on me. So anything in your backstories, as far as factions, as far as people that you met, as far as all of that stuff, all of that is entirely on me. Other than that, you are basically never going to hear about it. So anytime you do, just remember that this is me trying to give you something extra to make things more interesting and fun.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a choice Jamel will either spend some time giving you a bonus to athletics checks for the next 24 hours after you have fully rested, or he will give you the location of someone from that organization that you are searching for.
The latter.
Okay, then I will work on that.
Sure. Sorry
Can
to add.
No. Can you put that into the Discord chat, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. DM, if you're trying to speak to us, you're muted. I have a feeling it's to the fam, but to us, you're muted. Cool. So, Keldor, you didn't want to like earn income or anything like that. You're just like helping out with getting everything back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna labor and be of assistance to the travelers and whatnot while I'm here.
Can you roll me 3 athletics checks? Thank you.
Damn.
Okay, so you for helping out, they're actually going to pay you. In addition to that, they thank you. They want to show you how much they appreciate it. They pay you 5 gold pieces for your 3 days.
I'll accept it graciously.
Lindsay will spend some time performing. She will also spend time whispering in each of your ears and say, "Hey, you know about that like thing that happened, before, and how, it'd be pretty good for enough to have like a printing press, and how things went missing, and that we decided to do other things first. Well, I'm not saying that we have to do it immediately, but it might be good to maybe like get the ball rolling on that, maybe." And she does that with each of you individually.
I'd just be like, I go talk to Tarnal and them. They'll set the agenda.
Well, we got stuff we're supposed to find for that. That was one of the things that was on the list of things we were supposed to do.
It is so far from the sort of thing that we really want to do right now. So I don't imagine that we're going to be honoring her request very soon. But it's there. Cool. So over those 3 days as well, there's a few things that become clear to everybody, including those that have rested. And DM, you have 1 day of downtime to do. Yes, you can all be fully rested. You can all get all of your resources back.
Deckard would want to research this curse.
Yeah.
That's making people be beasts.
Okay, so
and how to stop it.
Yeah, there are a number of things that I'm going to tell you in relation to that. And this will be communicated with everybody here. So, there are 2 research sites nearby. So, there is the lodge here, exactly where we are, and the hunting grounds where we were. where you can perform research. Researching at a site takes a day of work spent between on site investigations, ruminating on evidence, and supporting actions such as interviewing locals, consulting texts, praying for guidance, comparing theories, and so on. You also find that the hunters here who have already been researching this have a lead to share with you.
Ooh, nice. Where? What?
Yes. Do, 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 do. SH. Okay. Let's go to this one. A second, please. SH. Down there. Okay, gonna zoom out. Okay. So, their lead points in a very specifically southeasterly direction. Specifically, though they don't know exactly what's there, they've had some small scouting maneuvers to this location. Their scouting maneuvers suggest that there might be some sort of village or settlement or encampment or such down there. There seems to be activity. But they haven't crossed the river yet because of all of the crap that's been going on. And because everything that you've heard about the South has been bad.
Yeah, that's rough as hell down there.
Right. So I will put a yellow marker. Remember that the yellow markers dictate things to do. We can delete them as we want to. So, do we still want a yellow marker on the Lonely Barrow, please? This was the place where there was a flame sword or something, where there was this horrible hazard that almost killed us all.
Yeah, I think we do want that still.
Alright. So we are configuring this drawing to yellow. And we're going to choose the circle. And we're going to put a yellow over here. Do we still want the yellow marker on the Forgotten Keep where there were the quicklings and stuff in the keep that we kept on going in and out of?
Is that the one where the like we thought that somebody was hurt?
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really.
I think that's a no. I think we get rid of it.
Yeah, just toss that.
So. Boop. Is there any other sites? So the three that we have right now are the Lonely Barrow, the new one down here, and Lucas's Pact, which is way over.
Yeah, it is.
We should add one for Lindsay's missing parts.
All right, I will do that now. Thank you.
I will be right back.
I'm just going to do it across this section because it wasn't entirely obvious. Okay. So yeah, somewhere in there. Any others that we can remember or think of that we want to add? Don't
Not that
think
I can think of
so.
right now.
In addition to everything else that's going on, the hunters were mostly unaffected thanks to our help.
Good.
And so they will spend their time doing this.
Sweet.
Okay, so they will complete the road to the Hunter's Lodge and start it towards the hunting grounds and to the village at Lake Silverstep here.
Does that mean that we like eventually bring them into the kingdom?
They're already part of the kingdom.
Those
Oh,
hexes
okay.
are already claimed.
Oh, all right.
They just haven't got a road to them yet, but we're working on that. So, all right. Ooh.
Just from a like your standpoint, Matt, an hour until we're done.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah, I got myself. I appreciate it. Cool. So, I think that's all of the things. So, as I said, it will be a day at each research site, and then a check at that research site to determine some results. So the research sites, and I'll do these in yellow, but I'll do like an X instead. So a research site, oops, yellow please. Because it's technically like a quest, but we've got one here at the Hunter's Lodge, one here at the hunting ground, opposite side of the road, this side. Come on. Yep. And one maybe down there, but we haven't established that yet. What I'm also gonna do is go over here some rules about how this plays out, because we haven't done an investigation for either a while or ever. So I want to go over what that is with you. Hey. Remastered. GM Core. We are doing investigation. Subsystems. Research. In a research subsystem, PCs accumulate research points and learn new information or gain other benefits upon reaching specific thresholds. Research activity says you comb through information to learn more about the topic at hand. Choose your research topic, section of the library, or other division, depending on the form of research. In this case, you have to be at a research location as depicted by the yellow crosses, and spend a full day, which is 8 hours, moving around, investigating, and then you roll a check. The research activity gains any traits appropriate to the type of research. If you succeed, at the check, you gain 1 research point. If you critically succeed, you make 2, and if you critically fail, you make a false discovery and lose a research point. If a skill isn't listed, blah blah blah. You don't need to know any of that. Each research check also has a maximum research point value. After reaching this value, you can't gain any more research points for that research check. They don't gain any more, so you'll need to continue exploring to find more locations for further research. You can use this guide to guide your player characters through places to uncover more and more information.
So, at all of the research locations that we just have marked right now, or is the stuff associated with Lamatsu and the investigation we're doing for that, correct?
So at the moment, we've got 2 locations that we can each research at. Each of us can spend a day at a time, which is 8 hours, researching at one of the 2 locations. Or we can, as a group, or as a group, go and find out what's down here. Obviously, if you are trekking into the wilderness, we're going to potentially have wilderness encounters and such. But as all of that goes, you know how this goes, okay? You know how most of that goes. But just so that you know, this is a very significant research task. Okay? I don't want to give too much away, but I'm telling you, as the GM to my friends, okay, you are my friends first, that this is not something that is instantly discovered everything. This is more something that you are likely going to be doing probably for the next 2 months in-game. Or so. Maybe more. As you go and explore, as you find stuff out, as you unearth new locations to research. This is just 2 of the sites possible. There might be however many, and I'm telling you, it's significant. Alright? So, bear that in mind.
I mean, I vote for researching the 8 hours at the spot we're at right now.
Brar says, fuck that. Let's go find the flaming sword. It's right over there.
It's right over there.
Brar, you can
Hold
shut
on,
it.
hold on. Shiny! What?
No. Overruled.
Flaming sword excellent versus plants?
So what I'm going to do
That's your problem with it.
in the Discord, I'm going to make a new tracker. This is going to be called Bloom Research. Okay? We're just going to call it Bloom. We're going to have Hunter's Lodge, and we're going to have Hunting Grounds as possible location, and we're going to have Green Gripe as a uncharted possibility lead, and I'm going to say possible settlement, encampment, etc. in there. And basically, I will be tracking this just as I've tracked XP and everything. And as we get stuff, it will be copied and pasted down into here. And all of the results will be collated. I will probably just do that in the text as we go. And if it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. Everyone kind of understand what we're doing.
Yep.
And just so that you know, as well, your characters don't know this, but so that you are aware of, because I warned the players before the session that I wasn't 100% sure of how this was going to be, because it's pretty open-ended. But I want to show behind the screen here. At the end of each day that the player characters spend performing research, I have to attempt a check. I'm not going to tell you what the check is. I have to attempt a check. And if I succeed on the check, a Bloom-related event is going to take place. Okay? And every time it doesn't, the check decreases till it happens. And this is for as long as this investigation goes on, which I will remind you is significant.
Yeah.
Months.
So it's basically like Kingdom turns, but not or world events.
Well,
but
that
not,
on top of everything else,
yeah.
there are kingdom events in here that I will have to do, but we're not going to do them while we're out and about. They're going to be things that you have to deal with when we go back home and such, all right? But your characters don't know any of that. Okay, this is pretty
We're
fragmented
deep in
and
the
loose
game.
and kind of awkward, so who knows how this is going to go. But you have your places, you have some leads, you have what the process is. So the game is in your hands, guys.
Yeah, I definitely want to stay where we are and investigate that site. I mean, why go anywhere when we can just stay here and investigate?
You had Vrar at the why go anywhere.
See? Look at that. Look at that. Take a load off. I'll investigate enough for the both of us, Roar.
Now, because of the way that this is formatted, I will be requiring us to make specific checks as the research table dictates. If we step outside of it, your DCs are going to increase, because the way that this is written is that the checks that are in here are the checks that you have to make. I'm not going to obfuscate this and make you guess. I'm just going to tell you. So, Thekard, given that you are spending one day at one of these sites, please choose one of these sites, and I will tell you what you need to roll.
So we're at different ones, or we're at the same ones?
You have a day of downtime that you said that you were doing research. You
Okay.
can either be
I probably
at the
would go
Hunter's
to the
Lodge
closer
or
one
the
then,
hunting
because
grounds.
he's not a adventurer of his own that he'd go out and go combative unless the rest of the group was going.
Okay.
So for that reason, he'd do the one at the hunting lodge.
Then you may make your choice of medicine, nature, or perception, please.
Does crafting work for you as medicine in this purpose?
Oh, it literally says I use crafting in place of medicine.
Awesome.
So medicine, nature, and what was the other one?
It's a perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
So I can roll with a 9, an 11, or a 17.
Hey, gee, that's an easy choice.
So what is
So
what
I'm
is
going
this
to go with my
feature
medicine
again?
check.
Tell me what.
The Churgeon? Give me a second to read it here. Field benefit. You can use your proficiency rank in crafting for anything that requires proficiency rank in medicine. And use your crafting modifier in place of your medicine modifier for all medicine checks.
Okay, so with a 31, that is a critical success. You get 2 RP. All right, let me.
Yeah, otherwise I'd have to be ranking up medicine to be able to do some of the things he needs to do. But since
Hunter's
it literally
Lodge,
makes it both.
2 RP. And put that. All right. Cool. So, yeah, you spend that day doing that. And you accumulate RP towards the thresholds that are in the stat block.
Awesome. Might as well have got that done while we were here.
Yep. So now the 3 days have passed. We've all done our downtime. The game is in your hands. You can decide to continue to research. You can decide to investigate in different ways. You can go out and about. You can do whatever. We are now in pretty much free fly zone of you deciding how you want this campaign to go. And I'm just going to have to follow you with whatever it is you decide. Okay? So, what do you guys decide to do? And maybe this is a good chance for you to role play your characters advocating for certain courses of action, given that you might want to stay together or you might want to spread apart or whatever else. So, game is yours.
And you're coming into the middle of Vrar talking to Lucas, whose eyes have more than likely glazed over
Yeah.
by this point already, as he is extolling for probably the second hour the virtues of a hammock.
Or what do you want, man?
I think we should make hammocks
For who?
for sale.
What, sell them where?
Aren't you the guy in charge of part of the city? Don't you do
No,
that? Sales? Who does that?
No. That's Tarnal.
No, Tarnal rules the stuff. I thought you did the commerce stuff. Who does that?
Oh God, I want Grigori to handle this. He's the money guy. Oh God. Or do you want the flaming sword or not?
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
shiny. What?
I just want so this is my opinion. The main purpose that we need, like the main priority that we should focus on, is Lamashtu. You've got to figure out how to get rid of Lamashtu.
We have to find out where.
Yes,
how.
yes. There's a site here at the Hunter's Lodge that Thekard has already started looking into. There's a site at the hunting grounds that we can go. You and I, if you want a partner, we can go out there. We could do some looking around. There is also a site that's across the river and across another river in the mountains. They're what I think are giants. We can go out there.
That's way south, right?
It is way south. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should focus on the two places we have here. But if Shiny wants Shiny, then let's get it out of the way and go get Shiny.
Oh, it's that, the printing press. What?
The printing press is kind of far away.
I get that. Yeah, it is. You're right. Vrar's totally in agreement that Lamashtu needs to be goal for eliminating this problem because it's
Yeah,
going to do
that's
nothing but
prio
terrorize.
one.
It's going to do nothing but terrorize our citizenry,
Correct.
no matter what, the entire time that goes on. However, you're asking Vrar to do something that requires patience, and while he may
And
have
work.
every intention of doing exactly what you asked him to do, he just doesn't have the attention span. Think,
Think of a cat
oh no, cats can have. You can be
or a squirrel.
cats. Yeah, nah. Think about a ferret with too many toys.
Oh my god. Oh god. Or a toddler. A toddler with too many toys.
He has no idea where to go next. That's the problem.
I think we should stay here and research.
But that he's already been here. It's boring.
Okay. Well,
Once
then
again,
let's go back to
toddler
that.
logic.
Then let's go back to the hunting grounds and research. At least there you can like have fun and like run around in the open fields, like a I don't know. And there's a river that you can swim in.
Vrar, if you wish to get rid of Lamashtu, you have to research and find out how to find her. It's like a game of hide and seek. Right now you're seeking, and they are hiding.
We need to catch somebody doing one of these rituals and ask some very, and out comes the dagger, pointed questions about what the fuck is going on here.
I mean,
That would be getting lucky, though.
yeah, it would. Now, I would say that like there's a possibility that we could get lucky at that tomb place that we almost died at earlier.
We didn't
Maybe
almost die there. Our previous characters almost died there.
He did. Lucas did.
Yeah.
The rest of us
Lucas is
didn't.
the one that
We don't know
almost
about
died.
anything about that.
Okay.
He's talking,
Yeah, Lucas
and
the
he
one that
says like
sucks.
that. I was like, wait, you want to take us back to somewhere where everybody almost died?
Well, that's where Shiny is. You like Shiny?
You had me already at the you want us to take us somewhere extremely and exceedingly dangerous. You don't need to sell this any further. And Brar walks off.
Caldor, you okay going, or you want to stay?
It's fine. We can go there.
Zachary, do you want to go, or you want to stay and research?
So we're going to bypass doing research to go and get ourselves killed. So we're going to ignore the problem.
No. So what we're doing?
And we're going to go stick our nose in a trap.
So what we're doing is we're trying to catch someone in the act of doing a ritual.
In a place that you and your former comrades nearly died.
Yes.
Where there's not the people doing the ritual. You're going to
Possibly
look to see the people
there
doing the
may
ritual
be
in a place
people.
that they're not doing a ritual.
There may be people doing a ritual there. We don't know until we go in
Really?
there and look.
And you've done any sort of investigation to find a trace for them there instead of at one of these other sites?
Well, I didn't know that there was a problem there earlier. I just know that there was this shadow mist that almost killed us. I'm perfectly fine if you want to stay and research. It's perfectly fine. You're our best researcher.
Once again, Vrar was making suggestions. Boredom may be an issue to him. You know how he cures boredom?
Mm-hmm.
Naps.
Bro, here's another option for you. While the three of us, while Theckard and I investigate ritual sites here, you can take a nap in your hammock.
It's a problem. I was telling you, I don't have one.
Then make one. And Caldor, you're welcome to help us research. You can research yourself, or you can help people around the lodge doing their work. I know that you like to do that, and I have no problem with that.
I'm
You
going to hand
do-
for our
you
schematic
do
for
great
a
work.
hammock.
I'm happy to assist how I can, but I'm not much use in research. It's never been my forte.
I don't know. Like you're really good with religion, so it may come up. Never know. We'll see what happens. So
Is it about herbs?
I don't think
And
so.
then I can't fucking help you.
It might be about hunting though.
This might be the place in the adventure where not every player character is quite so good at doing the things
Sure.
that are required.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
It happens, and I get it. That I'm not stressed about that.
So, okay, let's do something here. So, it is currently the 13th. Is a Saturday, the 13th of Aridus in 4722. It's the last month of summer. Okay, it is about halfway through the month. You know that next month we start into fall. Okay.
And harvest.
And you know that the longer things go, the potentially worse things get. So you have only limited time. You get to choose if you want to stay together, if you want to spread apart, how you want to spend your time. It is now the 13th. It is 6 a.m. or noon. It is morning. You are getting together in the common room and you're debating this out. You're talking about your pros and your cons and what you might want to do with this time. So let's turn our attention to what the characters say to each other around the breakfast table on this Saturday, the 13th. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick some days off because I didn't do that. We'll make it the Monday. Make it the Monday the 15th. And you are around this breakfast table. The rest of the hunters are doing their thing, continuing to try and figure stuff out, continuing to be Emberth travelers and travel from location to location. You are a group of adventurers who have different skills, who have different desires, who have different goals. Let's see the breakfast conversation and decide on a course of action. Go ahead, guys.
For the last 3 months, and he's gesturing with the sausage while doing this. For the last 3 months, 2 months, however long it is, everything that we have dealt with seems to have been something we have had to leave half done. And I don't like that. So yeah, you really want to go ahead and do all this research while we're here? I'm okay with that. But the next thing that we need to handle that I think is just as much of a big deal as Lamashtu or associated with it is them damn gibbering mouthers and that place that they came from. Because I think that place, because of just what it is, might be part of it.
it's fair.
If it can make those nasty abomination creatures just appear by being there, it might be a holy place they're using as a focal point or to summon people or to do crazy shit. We just
Sure.
happened to not be there when it was going on.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I think
Well,
that's a
there,
statement.
there was a sigil on the floor. It wasn't Lamashtu's.
No.
No,
No,
it
of
was
course.
it was that
No,
word I
it
can't
was,
pronounce.
it was not bad. It was it was neutral. It was basically death, right? God
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
A god of death, I should say.
I think you said it was a warding sigil of a god of death. Like it was keeping something in or preventing something from
That's
getting
right.
out
Yep.
through what it was.
Yep. Yep, you got it. Good job.
Yeah, I want to stay here.
All right.
Or go to the hunting grounds. Like,
Vrar will complain slightly, and he will spend the first full day working right alongside Lucas, attempting to investigate,
ooh, thank you.
doing whatever it is that he thinks is best. You said the choices that we had for using the investigate were what again?
So
It was
in the hunting lodge location, so each of them are going to be different, guys. In
okay.
the hunting lodge location, medicine, nature, and perception.
Sorry, say that again. Those skills.
Medicine, nature, and perception.
It can help with perception.
Perception's the only one of those that I have any ability at.
Okay, cool. We've got 31, 25.
Deckard, are you gonna do it or no?
I think you did a perception, did you not?
That was yesterday.
So I will say in regards to the this just before I answer these checks, just before we go there. You know that in order to research that spiral, the seal that you came across,
Yeah.
you are going to need a proper library. Probably
That's what was the stopgap.
probably
Okay.
Restov or Patax. Probably Restov because we know Patax probably isn't great,
Yeah.
especially after meeting Anamede.
If she is an example of their culture, they can keep it.
So we have perception 31, that is 1 RP. We have a perception of 25, that is 1 RP, 1 RP, 1 RP. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in addition to what we already have. So that
Question.
makes it 6.
Um.
Actually, no, we're going to be matching out at 5. Yep.
Oh, okay. So if the max is 5, then that's fine. I just so I know that Deckard got a 31 crafting check earlier. I didn't know if that
that
was
was
mine.
part of it from what, from yesterday.
Every DC is different.
Okay, no worries. I just didn't know.
You
Thank you.
won't know. You won't
Yeah.
know until I give you the RP.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so at 5, unfortunately, we have all of the information that we can gather, and you discover that you have all the information you can gather at this site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross the site off for the purposes of what you still have to do. Okay?
Thank you.
And this is what we discover. You confirm across all of you that more individuals have been bursting into masses of colourful, strange vegetation that unleashes a single, ill-tempered, and powerful monster. These monsters don't seem to be driven to violence out of an instinctual need to eat, but instead from a deeper, more sinister urge to cause pain. You hear initial rumors that a cult is responsible for spreading the affliction through the region.
Off to the hunting grounds.
And I'm going to take this day So this day is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
It was a
take
good day.
that day, and we are going to make a check, which you totally don't know about. Okay, so what this is going to mean, you don't know necessarily. So let's go look at this. So this is going to trigger a thing already. Let me look at that.
Awesome.
We're gonna get to the hunting grounds, and there's gonna be
No, it's the end of the
another
day.
Hydra.
No, it's the
or-
end of the day. So
Oh,
you
okay.
spend your whole day there, you go back, and this is an event. So what it says here, on a success, which I have rolled, a bloom-related event takes place somewhere in their kingdom. Okay? Resolve this event at once, as if it were a standard kingdom event. See Appendix 2, 553. I'll just quickly check that, just in case there's important information on it. 553. There's not, that's fine. Choose which event to roll. Or roll on the cult. Okay, so we're going to roll on the table. So here's that roll. Ooh. So we are currently here. The closest settlement to us is here.
Mm-hmm. That's what, green gripe? Or no, that's silver step.
Yeah. A monster blooms from a citizen in the city and runs rampage through the streets. The type of monster should be chosen by the GM. Its level should equal the party's level +2.
Yeah. So always damn dangerous to us.
Mm-hmm. Which means this needs to be taken care of immediately.
It
Remember,
also
guys,
means
we
that they're
don't necessarily know about this just yet.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to
What I-
generate this, like, together, okay? We're going to do this together. We're going to call it a beast. Actually, we're going to roll. Could someone roll me a D2? The 2 is worse. Technically. It's 1, so it's beast. Okay, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be another roll. 5, 6. No, not that one. Clear that one out. 6. That's unique. 7. Not that one. 7. Let's go through these real quick and see if any of them do not qualify. That one qualifies. That one qualifies. That one qualifies. qualifies. That one qualifies. That one qualifies. And that one qualifies. Someone roll me a d7. 7. Fantastic. So, what you do not know in character is that a creature known as a Terrafant spawns in Lake Silverstep.
Terrafant, like as in elephant?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
Rage.
Terrafants may resemble an elephant. Terrafants lack the long incisors that mark other pachyderms. Instead, tusk-like horns grow from their forehead. These are so normally placid herbivores with an insatiable
like
desire
this.
to kill.
Yeah, this one's neither placid nor a herbivore.
All right, so we've generated it. We're gonna put a note in here. 2 successes is 1. One equals Terrafant. Okay, and this is in Silverstep, Lake Silverstep. Let me finish what this thing says. Whoops. See why I said earlier, like all of the things that we have to do. So, the type of monster should be chosen. We did a roll. The PCs can choose to resolve this event with a kingdom skill check or can travel to the settlement the monster is rampaging in to challenge it in encounter mode. So, okay, we will hear about it, apparently. Okay, so what's going to happen
It's just that we go and deal with it.
is that a flare goes off upriver, followed by another flare, followed by a third flare.
In other words, get the hell here now.
Help.
Help,
Help,
please.
help.
Yeah.
SOS, SOS, Mayday, Mayday.
Turn straight for it.
Yeah.
It's one of them situations.
Now,
Vrar's lazy till there's a problem.
so we've just done one day after that. Yep. So it is the end of Tuesday. It is. So this happens overnight. Let me check. It seems to me that this is overnight. Says. Yeah, it feels like it's at the end of each day. Perform the flat check. On a success, it takes place somewhere in their kingdom. Okay, so it's nighttime. It's the end of the day. Let's call it 9. So I make it. Yeah, we'll make it 9 p.m. And flares go off. You are currently in the Hunter's Lodge. And flares are going off in Lake Silverstep. 9 p.m. What do you want to do?
Who's on watch?
It doesn't matter.
I was, whoever's on watch gets us up, and we meet, and I think we should go.
Yeah, at
March through the
nighttime.
night. Yeah, march through the night.
Everyone agree?
We don't have a road all the way there. We're going to be marching all along the river at that point, and several of us can't see in the dark as well as others. We can
he's
do
got-
Is he
this,
fine in
but
the dark?
Yeah, he's got that thing around his neck.
Okay, good. Then we're covered.
No.
Yeah.
That's light.
Okay, well, fine. You can drink a
Just be
potion
nice
that
to
makes you see. Yeah, we're all fine. Let's march.
All right, survival checks for that, please.
Nope.
Or perception choice.
Damn. I will take that.
It's the same roll for me.
It's not for me.
I got a 7.
Okay.
You got an
good.
18.
All right. So you guys are going to make reasonable time. It's not wonderful. But reasonable time getting to Lake Silverstep. It is night. So what I'm going to do is we will roll a d6. And, of course, it's going to take you 6 hours.
It's only 3 a.m. It's not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next time, we are going to arrive at Lake Silverstep at 3 o'clock in the morning to find a Terrafant terrorizing Lake Silverstep. Tune in next time. We appreciate everyone. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a good session. Hope you're bearing with us as we do this section. And love you guys. Let's see who there is to raid out to. Let's pop a raid message.
Gaming again. We have Lollygaggers.
Okay, we'll just go to our usual because I don't have time really to mess around. So let me jump to the ending screen. Guys, please take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Be kind to one another. And from me, Matt in a Hat, and from all of us here, we will catch you on the flip side. Be tuning in on Saturday night to Cyberpunk. We are not going to be doing our usual Neverwinter Night stream on Friday, but we will have Cyberpunk, and tune into our lovely cast here, especially I think it's just really DM Nix at the moment who's doing most of the streaming as life is happening for the rest. Stay tuned for him. He's going to be doing some awesome games, and Cyberpunk obviously on Saturday night. We appreciate all of you, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.